Yes! Haven't got it!
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's still start trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's gonna do it! Big Barry!
Good evening and welcome back to the BSC Playoff Round 1 with the Puppers Playhouse Invitational. Of course, as we all know here, guys, sponsored by the Killer Brownie. Please check them out down below for killerbrownie.com to see if you can get some killer brownies in your area. I am James Parfitt. I'm going to be joined in the booth by Kenton Sportak once more here this evening as we are at this, well, it's the playoff round 1, second race from Las Vegas. Remember that. But there we go, that sounds about right here this evening as well. Here are the current championship standings. Really the top 10 are the ones that we're interested in. We know Matthew Norberg went through last week as well with his win, of course, that he took at Dega, and Andrew Williams is in second, Dan Michael third, Noel Jackowitz fourth, Rodney Roberts fifth, Hunter Carlson sixth, Devon Collicott seventh, Brian McLaughlin in eighth. Now the two that are in the threat of going out, Alex Witt and Christian Strada. Alex Witt and Christian Strada are in a deep bit of doo-doo here and can be knocked out tonight if they do not finish in front of the people in front of them in the table. Matthew Norberg, of course, can't be knocked out due to the fact that he won his race. So let's see how this one pans out. Let's bring Kenton into the booth, the man with all the knowledge once more. Kenton, welcome in. How are you? Kenton?
Oh, you dropped. I had you cut out in volume, and I was like, uh-oh, what's going on? How's it going? It's going well.
Okay, after that very bizarre start, I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah. I don't know what just happened there. All of a sudden, it cut out. I'm doing well. Keeping, nice and comfortable. Done a couple of races around Talladega, so very excited to watch someone else race around Las Vegas.
Right, and how do you think this is going to go? What are we expecting from Vegas? So, tell me what we think is going to be happening here this evening.
This race, along with I'd say Kansas, are the two most cookie cutter races tracks in NASCAR.
Right. I'm English. Explain cookie cutter to me. What does that mean?
They are, your 1.5 miles. They have their 4 turns. It's a tri-oval. When you think NASCAR, this is 100% the sort of track you're picturing. It has your banking on turns of 12 to 20 degrees. So as you get further to the outsides, the more aggressive that banking becomes. But it's just very much exactly what you'd expect an oval race to look like. Big aprons, wide corners, wide track. Nothing different. The corners are basically identical. There's no real change there. Your front stretch, 9 to 12 degrees. Your back stretch, 9 to 12 degrees. Like everything is, they just put exactly what someone was like, I know what NASCAR looks like, and that's what they made. So it is a fantastic track, and it is very quick, and you'll have a little bit of lifting and things like that, but you're not really heavy braking. But it won't quite be like Talladega was last week, where it's hammer down and just go.
I like hammer down and go. I like that style of circuit.
It is super fun. But these at least add a little bit better chance of not having 15, 16 caution flags, usually.
Well,
We'll see.
Dega didn't have that. Oh, well, Dega had 12. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dega had quite a few.
Yeah, Dega had 12, all right? Stop picking on me. But I just think that I like a full, flat, gimme your bean kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's something that I think adds to the spice of NASCAR. When you see them whizzing around and they go past you and then you get the the car. That sounded like nothing like cars, but you get what I mean. And that for me is what I would associate with NASCAR. All of this, raceway like Martinsville where they go. I just think no. I don't know. I think if I picked if I had the choice of a calendar, I think all of these guys would probably hate me because like places like Martinsville and that wouldn't be on there. I've got to be honest. It's just not for me.
I mean, to be fair, this is not like Martinsville or Dover, Bristol, anything like that. Like you're still going basically flat out when it comes to the actual like lifting I'm talking about. You're going to like 75% throttle instead of full throttle, so it is still very fast, and you will still get, especially with a bunch of the cars around, the whipping by that you were trying to say. I'm assuming that was what you meant when there's like 5 cars to go by. Okay, I thought someone was like, maybe when they all go whipping by, you'll still get that. It is still 1.5 mile track. Like it's quite a long track if you think about it. It's just going to be a little less flat out, which means people have to take that little extra second, and because of that, there's actually a little bit of time to think and not just slam your way through and kind of force people out of your way sort of thing, which is kind of nice. So
okay.
Hopefully that leads to less safety cars. Hopefully.
Where is TJ Spainhour? And why is he not here, Mr. Spainhour Senior, sir?
He's broke.
Broke what? What is he broke?
I don't know. It just says 86 broke.
Yeah, but is that the car's broke? His wheels broke? Terry's in 4 pieces like Humpty Dumpty falling off a wall? You can't just say he's broke. Broke could be he's skint, he's got no money, he's, out on the streets with a cup.
That's what TJ said. I can't. I'm going off of what he said. There's no 59 either. What? I saw. I don't know. Apparently there's people just dropping out all over the place. Oh, he doesn't have the track. Oh.
So buy the blinking track.
But he's broke. That's what they're meaning.
That's what parents are for. Give him the money. As Cuba Gooding Jr. said, show me the money.
There you.
Was it?
Isn't that? No, that was
Tom Cruise. Yeah, but no.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, that sounds wrong.
No, Cuba Gooding Jr. said it first. He went, "Show me the money," and then
there you go.
And then he was shouting when he down the phone, "Show me the money." You're my... Anyway, I won't repeat the rest, but let's just say it wasn't great after that. You know what I mean? Right, anyway, now we've finished discussing which film it was from, let's cover the grid for today's race. Nicholas Stockner out in front, of course. Nicholas not in the playoff positions. Devon Colley got in second. Alex Witt, good start. Third place for Alex. Hunter Carlson fourth. Andrew Williams fifth. Dan Michaels sixth. Christian Strada seventh. Noel Jackowitz eighth. Noel Bergen ninth. Then we've got Rodney Roberts, Anthony Radel, and Brandon McLaughlin. Behind that, we have got Seth Pegg, Cody Kern, Andrew Almquist, Rob Sizemore, Zach Lewis, Calvin Ross, Armand Brousseau, Thomas Kuhn, and Joshua B. Keith. So there we go. That is your grid for 125 laps of Las Vegas. The playoffs are alive and kicking. Alex Witt, Christian Strada on the verge of going out. Matthew Norberg is in gold because he's already gone through. Who's going to take it? Who's going to write their chapter in the BSC Season 9 Playoff Finals live from Las Vegas? Sounded very dramatic, didn't it?
It did. It was great. I liked it. I'm very curious. Why Seth?
Go on.
Sorry? I was just gonna say, why is Seth Pegg not his normal 59 and instead is an 888?
I don't know. No idea, but he's got a Make It Super livery on as well. What is that about?
Super cheap auto?
Super cheap auto. I don't know. Maybe it's his new sponsor. Maybe he signed a multi-million-pound deal and you know gets to run their livery. I don't know. Only Seth Pegg can tell us. So, do you know what I felt like I needed there as well, right? When I was doing my dramatic intro, I almost felt like I needed to say, and sponsored by Snickers. I don't know why. Do you know what I mean? That's what I felt like I needed. I felt like I needed to give a sponsored by Snickers shout out, or here live from Las Vegas, sponsored by Mars. Get your man Mars now. Anyway.
I got it. Okay.
See, you see what I mean? That's what I felt like I needed.
For you too.
Yeah, so if Snickers and Mars was
Seth
out
Pegg,
there.
I figured out his number.
What?
I figured out he told us why, but so 888 is the car number for the Australian born Craig Lone. I'm going to say this horribly wrong. Lodens? Lodendez? I don't know.
Huh?
He's a supercar driver from Australia. That in his car number is 888.
Right, okay. Here we go. We are going to be up and running very, very shortly. The pace car is going to be in. We're on our way around that tri-oval. It's going to be drop of the flag. You can see we got no restart zone. Barney's waving, and once more, the 125 Papa Playhouse Invitational is live from Las Vegas here on the JBB YouTube channel with myself, James Parfitt, Kenton Sportak, bringing you all the action from round 1, race 2 of the playoffs here live from the BSC, and it is Devon Collicott out in front with Nicholas Stockner, Alex Witt, Andrew Williams and Strada there as well, as Stockner gives the number 91 car, Devon Collicott, a nice little hit check there.
Yeah, give him a nice little, hey, how you doing? Here's a love tap. Hope you're doing well. Chicka chicka. And yeah, that kind of knocked him back a few spots. I think it was...
Chicka.
Chicka chicka.
You've been watching too much Ferris Bueller's Day Off, young sir.
Actually, I do know it's from that, but it's the main reason I remember it is actually Family Guy. Stewie stays at or pretends a mansion is his house, and he has all his friends over, and then when they find out it's not, because the family that does actually own it comes home, and he's like, oh, I found your wallet, and Stewie opens it up, and it's one of his rich buddies, and he's like, oh, right, now I get his wallet, and the guy goes, now, because of that, I don't think this is your wallet, and he's like, oh no, I chicka too soon.
Oh, okay.
That's my I remember.
Well, I just remember it from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Anyway, we got a motor race to commentate on. As you can see, Dan Michael running very low. No, you should have seen the UK Sim Racers one earlier with me and Zach. I literally lost myself for about 5 minutes. I was laughing so hard I couldn't even talk. We're on the right front with Dan Michael as we head down that backstretch now. Lap 4, 1-2-5 here, 1-2-1 to go. And you can see at the moment Nicholas Stockner is out in front, and he's doing a stellar job. 2 lines, we're nearly in the wall with Michael. There was contact with Alex Witt and Andrew Williams. Witt needs to stay out of trouble, Kenton. He needs to be able to manage this traffic and stay out of that number 34 car, because if he puts himself back too early, needs to use that fast repair, he's going to be in deep trouble if it happens again for the rest of the race.
Yeah, and we saw that happen last week in Talladega. He got taken out or bumped a little early, and then unfortunately for him, it kept kept kind of happening, and he was unable to overcome it and get himself up into a good position. So now he is sitting in, I believe it's P9 in the standings there, which obviously is okay, but not great, considering that he's now on the bubble for being released from the playoffs.
Yeah, 2 get eliminated tonight, and the people in trouble are in 3rd and 4th. Alex Witt, Christian Strada. You can see Norberg already through. That's why he is gold. It's not because I just fancy giving him a nice colour. It's because he has already qualified. Whoever wins here tonight, if Alex Witt can get this win, or Strada can get this win, that's going to benefit them massively, right? Because as you say, 3 wide. Michael's on the inside, Williams on the out, Witt in the middle. I'm not loving this. I've got to be honest. I am not loving this kind of racing this early on. Kenton, we're only on lap 8.
Yeah, it's not really what you want to see going 3 wide, as we're almost 3 wide too deep, but I believe that's Hunter Carlson in the 32 deciding to sort of back off a little bit as they kind of fall now into line, which makes way more sense. Work together, try and get through. But because right now Stockner's kind of created a huge gap. He's over a second ahead of everybody else, and he's just not dealing with people. I mean, this isn't a super draft heavy. This isn't Talladega where if you get out of line, you're bye-bye. Here, at least, you can kind of hold on to a lead with a gap, but you definitely got to be careful. And this Witt and Williams little start fun time that's going on here is the 2 seem to be exchanging door bumps and just really trying to see the livery the other car is using today. They just want to get a good read of it, as it looks like Strada's also trying to get himself up in there. They're just checking out their cars. That's all it is.
I am surprised Witt is doing this early on. Not because I knew Alex was going to come in and just be, like my little puppy, rolls over and wants his belly tickled. He ain't going to be doing that. But I wouldn't have thought he would want to be racing Williams this hard, this close, this early. I get last 10. I don't get the first 10, because with the fact of the length of the race as well, we're going 125 here. We're not going 70, 50, 40. We're going 125 laps. And if that costs him his fast repair early on, because he's decided to get into this position, by the time we get to lap 70, if we have another one, he's going to really struggle. And I'm not saying back off. I'm just saying maybe not try and lean on Williams as much as Witt is currently at the moment. I thought he might have just stayed away. Like now, get out of the way a little bit. Get off that middle line. Get up a little bit higher. Try and conserve your tyres. If Williams is trying to squeeze you, try and move out a little bit more, because it's dangerous when you're in that drop zone, especially if he wants to try and get that win.
For sure. Like 100%. I think the biggest thing for him is, because this happened now a couple of races for him where he gets kind of taken out, sort of being conservative a little bit when it comes to being around other drivers, and it's not helped him. So it kind of comes across as him just being like, all right, if I'm going to get taken out being conservative, I might as well just drive hard on everybody and see what happens. So I kind of understand it a little bit. He's been sort of pushed around the last couple of races and not been super happy about it. As we get real close to that back of Williams there.
Yeah, Strada there.
So
Williams, he kind of threaded an eye of a needle, didn't he, really? Just give himself enough room in front, just give himself enough room behind. But yeah, that was a dangerous move early on from Williams trying to thread that. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, carry on. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, yeah, it almost feels like he's just kind of decided to put his foot down and sort of force his own stuff to happen instead of kind of sitting back and taking advantage of when things come. He's kind of just like, no, I'm making things happen now. And he is not doing anything like overly aggressive, but he's not, it doesn't look like he's going to kind of like let anyone else take, that extra inch or anything. He's just putting his car where he needs to be. And if you're unfortunately kind of dealing with that, well, too bad. So as it looks like he's now got himself very much clear of Williams so far.
Are we saying then he's a master of his own destiny? He's taken his fate into his own hands here and has said, whatever happens, but I'm going to race like I want to race. I don't want to race how people feel I should be racing. I'm going to go out now. I've had a bad day. He knows this. He's going to have gone away and sorted that out. But now is he racing how Alex Witt wants to race and not with the pressure of worrying about everyone around him?
I think he is, and he's kind of just said, "All right, you know what? Fine. I'll just do my thing, and it sucks to be you if you're in my way." So you can see now that he's gotten out of that little battle there with Williams, like he's already pulled a little bit of a gap, starting to reel in Dan Michael a little bit, and Dan Michael, while also not having dealt with much for battling for the last little while, he's started to pull Stockner back in, not by much, but just a little bit. As Stockner's kind of taken off from the start, and no one's been able to come anywhere near him. So it's it's been actually a really clean race so far. There's been a couple of door bangs and things like that, but Rubbin's racing, so you gotta kind of deal with it.
That's what they say, but I am in fear of Rodney Roberts and Brandon McLaughlin. Now, my only fear is the fact that they're down in 12th and 15th respectively, with Hunter Carlson in 11th. Carlson is down 7, mind you. But I do believe there may have been a start incident where he may have got knocked down that far. You know, I'm not saying that Carlson's just got out and lost 7 places. What I'm saying is that, you know, like we saw with the number 91, you know, that obviously once you get tapped, you end up off the line, you slow down, you try and correct the car, you want to get all of these things done. Maybe that's the start that Carlson's had. But Carlson, Roberts and McLaughlin, you know, they're not massively far away from the likes of Strada, from the likes of Witt as well. So they're going to have to get their boots on a little bit, because at the end of the day, with McLaughlin, Collicutt, Carlson and Roberts being, a combined 13 points away from Alex Witt, and another 3 on top of that. So 18 points away from Strada. With Witt and Strada where they are at the moment, they could make a big dent, and 2 of these guys could find themselves in that drop zone after this race.
Definitely could. I mean, with how Witt looks like he's running so far, I think he's got a better shot of getting out of that bottom 2 and not having to worry about it too much. But yeah, Carlson, Roberts and McLaughlin, they're going to really have to start kind of boogieing here, because obviously you want to do what you can to sort of avoid being anywhere near that drop zone going into everything, which makes sense. Getting dropped down, as McLaughlin does make his way past Calvin Ross there. So he is starting to kind of make a little bit of headway into the guys ahead of him.
The perpetual forward motion. That
exactly
is what Brandon McLaughlin, Rodney Roberts and Hunter Carlson have got to do. Roberts is kind of sitting in this no man's land. He's got a second in front, a second and a half behind. Hunter Carlson's in a little bit more of a direct, decent position as he battles away with Radel. Now, don't get me wrong, is there probably another man that could probably do without the battling and try and follow somebody's line or get a push through or whatever that he needs to do. Strada's in 7th, Jackowitz 6th, Collicutt 5th, Williams 4th, Michael Witt, and then this man has come along and he's decided, well, I'm just going to go and spoil the party.
Yeah, Stockner just went, hey, I know you guys are battling, but no.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's mine.
That's the thing, isn't he?
I have
he's
zero.
He's just gone out and gone, no, sorry, I don't care. I'm off. See you later.
Yeah, no, he's had a fantastic start to this race, and he's holding that 1 second lead, although Dan Michael looks like he dropped very quick as he went from 2nd to 6th, so I'm not sure if something went wrong. Now he's down into 7th, or if he's just now 8th. He just dropped, and then he hooks Norberg there. At least gently pushes him back straight. That was polite of him.
Yeah, well, if you're going to do it, he does hooked him round, and unfortunately, on lap 25, we have got the first caution. I'm wondering if Michael was struggling with tyres, and that's probably come at the right time for Michael, because might be able to go in and whip off that set that he's got and learn from the fact that he's burnt the hell out of them already. And unfortunately, you know, it was one of the things. But now we are being told that Dan Michael had tapped the wall. So there was the initial hook. Let's see if we can find where Dan has gone and hit the outside wall. This might give us a better idea here as well, because he is racing alongside Williams. I'm wondering, and you and I both are kind of probably wondering, whether or not that... There we go.
He kind of gets bumped from a bump from Williams, and it kicks him straight up the track and right into a wall, and then he kind of comes down to stay out of the way a little bit, and everyone else has full speed. He does not at that point.
And this is where it ends up going a little bit Pete Tong here for Dan Michael, because he gets down one. It looks like he's carrying some form of damage as well, but he tries to go in. He doesn't see Norberg there. I don't believe he sees him this time. Everyone is in the pits, apart from Thomas Kuhn.
Interesting.
Is that a mistake, do you think?
I think it's gonna be. I believe they all have 4 sets with what they started with, including what they started with. Yeah, they have 3 in the pits, 1 set on. For a 125 lap race, obviously, you could have pushed that first set further. I don't think anyone's coming out of that with, 34% left tires left or anything like that. I think everyone kind of is still doing okay on tires. It was probably, say, mid 80s most likely. But fuel, I think, fuel would have been the bigger thing to be kind of cautious of there. I believe they have 75% fuel today.
Yeah, 75%.
Yeah, 75. Yeah, so could have been pretty interesting. And then someone did ask, I think that was TJ had asked, is that stage? No, stage is at 50, lap 50. Yeah. Although there's Thomas Kuhn coming in now, so.
Left that one a little bit late, just kind of made that late decision. That's allowed Williams up front. Now, Williams has been racing hard alongside the likes of Michael, alongside the likes of Witt. Are we then going to be a little bit worried as a driver that when you get alongside somebody like Williams who does get his elbows out, something it could possibly happen?
I mean, possibly,
you know
but
what I mean. I'm trying to say it in a nice way, but
it's entirely a possibility. But I don't think it's too much of a concern. Though I think if you're Nordberg, this is rather unfortunate. I don't think he took his fast repair, so it looks like he's about a lap down. And if you're Nordberg, I mean, who cares? You're already through. Doesn't matter.
Nordberg didn't even have to turn up, mate.
No, he could have just hung out.
Yeah. He could have had 3 weeks off.
Yeah, or 2 weeks. Right? Is my math really wrong?
Yeah.
I thought it was only 2 weeks.
No.
Oh, no, there's. I can count. I can math.
Yeah, 3 weeks off.
I can't math.
He could have had Vegas over an auto club and then come back for Homestead.
For some reason, I thought playoffs were only 4 races, not 5. That's because I forgot the grand final, playoff final.
Right, here we go. We are going to be up and running. Barney, the green flag man, is waving. Williams is off already. Radels dropped down off the apron. No, he's dropped down onto the apron. Williams is away with the leader, who before that one was Stockner, who's there as well. Alex Witt, Strada, Devon Collicott moving his way around the outside as well. Cody Kern trying to muscle in on that position. Unfortunately, he's just lost that outside line of Rodney Roberts. Brian McLaughlin also making waves through as well. Seth Pegg in the 888, make it supercar here once more. And now we've got Dan Michael all the way down here, not even onto the back of the pack, Kenton. He's still chasing them down here.
Yeah, and I know he had the fast repair, and I'm trying to look. I don't think he utilized it.
Oh. Where did that yellow come from?
I think it was actually Andrew Williams. Oh, no, it wasn't. No, I just saw him dropping on our timing sheet. I don't know what happened.
Am I missing? Thomas Kuhn. Okay. Whoa.
Oh, Kuhn just...
That is not normal. Okay? And the reason I'm going to say that is you don't do nothing. He's got nothing.
Yep.
It didn't look like he had anything on that. It got Thomas Kuhn.
No, yeah, his, I don't know what like, when he hit that front right, it looked like it just stopped working because he just shot straight across, and you can see him still turning the wheel, trying to turn right, and unfortunately, it just didn't turn right, and there was nowhere he could go. And Jordan Malcolm, you only get to talk trash to me if you're in the race. Average Crows fan math.
Right.
Rude.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to have a chat. Right. Let's just give... We're going to welcome in the man who's sitting in one of the drop zones positions, Christian Strada. Christian, welcome into the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, James.
How are you, bud? How's it all going out there? We're 2 cautions deep already on lap 31. You're in that drop zone period. What's the aim for this race?
I feel like I have to win it. I think that's probably the best bet.
Okay.
I was gonna say because
Go on,
Alex is gonna have. Oh, I was gonna say Alex is having a good race. Devin's having a good race, and Brandon is behind me, but Alex will get that spot. So probably gonna take a win.
All right, but you have got the likes of Devon Collicott, Hunter Castle, Rodney Roberts. Now, both of them haven't been as strong here as well. You know, there is an opportunity for you to move up just on points, get yourself out of that drop zone as well by the end of the race. Are you considering possibly running for the points, or do you think you need that actual win to secure that place?
I'm definitely running for the points, but I think that it's probably going to come down to a win.
Okay. Are you driving differently?
Not really, but just more stressed out. So it's a little bit more. I don't know. I've just missed some things. Feel a little bit more tense in the car, and just kind of got to work on getting back to my normal driving style.
Okay, mate. Well, you go and have a good one. Good luck. Hope you manage to get through. And do one thing. Relax. You've got this.
Appreciate it, James.
Take care, buddy.
You too.
Well, there you go. That was a chat with one of our young drivers on the verge of being eliminated here this evening. He's got to go ahead of McLaughlin. He's got to go ahead of Rodney Roberts. He's got to be finishing above these drivers, if not get a win here. Has Christian Strada, Kenton. There's a lot on that young man's shoulders riding on this evening.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have a pretty important second and third stint here with these cars. Is you definitely want to be in a good position when you're battling it out for not only points but also for a win here for the playoffs. So obviously he's got to be smart about it, stay in a good position to be able to kind of get nice and close, and at the same time stay out of trouble, and then make it so he has a very hopefully good shot at making moves near the end of the race here.
I've got to agree. He's got to kind of keep himself out of that grief, that trouble, that hassle there as well. So let's see. Good evening, everyone, by the way, as well. Sorry, I was a bit late on my shout-outs and my good evenings. No ghost car this week, no. However, I was panicking before we started here. We almost had white cars until I completely deleted Trading Paints. I completely deleted my paint file, which, mind you, was about 8 gig. And then I had to install and reinstall everything. And then now we have wonderful liveries. So don't panic. I did have a little bit of a panic beforehand because I did have about 8 cars that were white. So, yeah, did scare me a little bit, but we're all good. Thank you, MP, for joining us as well. Ria, TJ, Terry Spainhour Senior here as well. And old Geordie Malcolm. Look at him down there, sneaky. Where are you this evening? Why are you not driving either? So there we go.
I know he said he was going to be missing a bunch of races.
Yeah, but
missing
a bunch of races isn't being in YouTube chat, right?
You don't know. What if he's on vacation? he could be out of town and just was like, hey, I'm going to see what's going on. Plus, he did say that one thing and then hasn't commented since. So
Well,
you never know.
he come in a little bit earlier, didn't he? He said more RCs, which I'm not sure what that means. And then said the average Crows fan maps. So I guess he's digging at you rather than me, because I don't know what he's even talking about. But right, Williams and Jackowitz going to be leading us away once more here as we settle in once again for the racing on the Parfitt Playhouse Invitational, sponsored by KillerBrownie.com. Go and check them out as well. We are on lap 34 of 125. We are almost 3 wide back here with Rodney Roberts. Jackowitz has unfortunately not got the start he wanted. He's dropping back into the clutches of Cody Kern, Christian Strada and Calvin Ross here. So there's a lot riding on this for certain drivers now. As Strada said, he's a lot more tense. He's not as relaxed, calm Iceman Kimi Räikkönen himself. But that's going to bring it out on you when you put yourself into the position after round 1 at Dega.
100%. I will say, though, that can also be very detrimental being tense.
Yep. One of the things Jensen
in,
Button said that actually made sense is if you're driving with tense arms, you're driving with tense feet. And if you're driving with tense feet, all you're going to be making is mistakes.
Exactly. So, I understand, there being a little higher stress due to positions and possible outcomes of this race. But at the same time, if you're Strada, it's just a case of, drive smart, drive smooth, keep your head about you, and stay out of trouble, and just kind of do what you do, because it's gotten you into the playoffs. There's a chance it gets you through the playoffs. So
I agree.
As long as he keeps driving smart, he should be good to go.
Yeah, but that's not always easy, is it?
As we watch go,
Strada
makes contact.
Yeah, it makes contact. That's not always easy, though, is it, Kenton? When you look at the bigger picture, because there's so much riding on what this number 29 young man does here. Strada is another man that's got his own fate and his own destiny in his own hands. Whatever he does can affect where he ends up, whether or not he even advances next week.
100%. And then we get another Thomas Kuhn. Did he get twisted, or did he just have a bad exit there?
Right, there was more people involved in that. 19 and 4, Joshua Keefe and Thomas Kuhn, causing caution number 3 here at Las Vegas on lap 35. There you go. Should we have a look at that one in slow motion? Because I'm not going to lie, that looked a little bit more interesting, I think, than... So there was already contact with the 11 car, right? That's Armin Broussard, if I'm not mistaken. Then he comes down on Keefe, and the result is that. Am I right? He came down, it looked like.
Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like that's kind of what happened. I'm very curious. Yeah, that's... Because it looked really odd. Like, it kind of looked like he originally just sort of got caught, but I think it was because the car that was on the inside on my screen didn't show up. So I didn't even see the 4 at all on my screen. That's why I was like, what happened there? Because it just looks like he suddenly jerked left and then shot up the track. So now that I see the 4 car, it definitely looks like he just came down and caused that little love tap there. So
yeah, what happened with him and Armin though? That's the thing that was being questioned to me. Oh, Armin's already in the wall.
Yeah, and it looked like Thomas Kuhn was kind of following him up.
Yeah,
and ended up bouncing off him, and then
coming down on top of him.
car.
Yeah, it did. Good evening, Billy Carey. Welcome in. Thank you so much there as well. Mama, much appreciated for my coolie. I've been using it. It's been great. Work meeting today before heading to Mount Panorama Bathurst 1000 next week, which I'll miss again. Oh, Geordie. To be fair, though, virtual race cars or real race cars.
Yeah, he gets to go watch the actual Bathurst, so I'm for it.
I'm for it as well. What are the cars in the Bathurst 1000?
isn't it the sports cars?
I don't know. Geordie, let us know what cars are there. It's a little of both. Maybe not. So there we go. Where is Brother Spainhour here? Is Brad in here? Do we have grandparents as well? Do we have the whole Spainhour posse? So Armour made a mistake and Kuhn was going up so much already he might have hit him anyway. Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't, but the problem is obviously when you get that tunnel vision of trying to follow the car in front, you end up taking his pathway. You know, we've all done it in road racing where I've been in a car and I followed somebody off the track purely because I was tunneled up to what they were doing. So, you know, it does happen. Let's not give, you know, Thomas too much grief. However, we can give him a little bit of the grief for coming down on top of Keith, though. I'm not going to lie on that one because that was completely on him. But it's whether or not he had control of the car at that point, Kenton, as well.
For sure. And I mean, it's kind of one of those things where if Brusso doesn't make that collision with the wall, there's a chance that they kind of stay away from each other, as he wouldn't have, you know, slowed down as much as he did, so that it wouldn't have caused as many of an issues. But he might also hit the wall himself and kick straight down. So who knows? In the end, it was, you know, kind of a chain reaction of a few things that just all went south very fast.
I agree. Geordie, the Australian supercars are a fair one. Here, son, pick us up a program. Do love a program. I asked my mother-in-law, right? She went to America recently, and she went to a baseball game. And it was the Braves versus somebody, because she was in Atlanta. And I said to her, can you pick me up a cap and a program? Let me know how much it is, and I'll send it over. She come back the other week, and I said, how much do I owe you? You didn't message me about the cap or the program. And she looked at me completely blank, which at that moment I knew she completely forgot. Didn't even pick me up one. She said caps were about $50. I was like, okay. I would have sent it to you. And she didn't. I said, did you get my program? No. So I said, basically, you went there and completely forgot why I asked you. Yeah. I said, okay. Thanks very much, mother-in-law. I love you too. You know what I mean? Saying that, this is a woman who don't buy me Easter eggs. She buys me curly whirlies instead. You know what I mean? Because she knows I love curly whirlies. And it's a standard joke because, well, a long while ago, she completely forgot me altogether. Been forgotten for an Easter egg, Kenton. Mind you, at the age of 45, should I be really wanting an Easter egg? Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, who doesn't want Easter eggs?
Oh, mate, I still make my parents go and buy me Easter eggs, and my parents still buy me Christmas selection boxes. Oh.
Ooh, nice.
I know. 45-year-old man, treat it like a 12-year-old. Love it. So, there we go. Right, I'm not giving him grief, says Ria. It's a racing incident. IMO. No idea. It happens. I will say that's a big part of racing is breaking the habit of following lines. And it's something that, yeah, of course it does. But we've all done it. As I say, I followed cars off into the gravel for no reason other than the fact that they all went off in front of me, and I decided it was a good idea to go with them. Right, we're going to be back up and running once more for the 125 playoff round 2 here from Vegas, and it's Green, Williams and Roberts have taken to the start here as well and are doing an absolute stellar job with Rodney Roberts, Alex Witt, Noel Jackowitz, Collicott, Strada sitting in 6th at the moment. Calvin Ross up 11 places is the man in the 20 car in that killer brownie machine there for Calvin Ross. Great job done for him so far. Oh, really? Okay.
Well, we looked at a lap.
I don't even know if we looked at it. Oh, it was already kicking off with a 16. Who is this? Oh.
Ooh. That's going to not be fun.
Who is Zach Lewis? So he's already squirrely. My question is whether or not he was squirrely before on his own.
Yeah, he gets loose on his own there. And unfortunately for Anthony Ray, actually Radle's able to slip by. Brusso slips by. He gets himself into the wall, gets off the brakes, tries to get it back moving forward. And Unfortunately, it's just going to kick him straight down the track.
Yeah, somebody's going to come in a minute. Where is it? He's on the brake.
There's the brakes,
there is
and
Stockner. Oh,
Stockner,
your
yeah.
one-time leader. Just went and buried Zach Lewis as Lewis come down on the circuit. See Norberg out on the left-hand side there as well. So, not good. My dad is my Valentine until I say I'm not. Exactly. You gotta love your parents. So I get chocolate. Yeah, absolutely. I fully agree as well. Unfortunately, my wife doesn't agree that I send my dad chocolates. You know what I mean? Because apparently should be getting the chocolate first. So, you know, kind of important because I like sleeping in the bed and not on the sofa with the dog.
That's fair. I will also point out IMO means in my opinion.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Why can't you just type in my opinion? I know it's quicker, but
yeah,
but I don't understand what it is. My son come in the other day, and he went, "Dad, did you see that earlier on with the racing?" I said, "No." He went, "Oh, mate, it was lit." I went, "What?" He went, "It was sick." I went, "What? It was bad. It was covered in carrots." He went, "No, Dad, sick means good." I said, "Well, it's the same syllables. Just put good in there so I know what the hell you're talking about." Oh, man.
It's okay. I used to, I lived for a little while on the other side of Canada from where I am. And instead of coming up to you and being like, "Oh, hey, what are you up to?" No. It was, "Hey, what you saying?" And the first time I heard that, when someone was like, "Hey, what you saying?" I literally looked dead at the person and went, "You're talking, not me." And they're like, no.
Yeah,
it means like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Just sit there. What the hell?"
Yeah, I know. If somebody come up and said, "What are you saying?" I would have gone, "I haven't said anything."
Yeah, that was exactly how I responded.
Yeah.
And they looked at me like I was wrong. And I was like, no, that's you.
Yeah, that's a you issue.
But that's
like
also
a you problem.
Rhea also has a point. YouTube does have a character limit when it comes to your chat.
Okay, we'll press enter and then type the rest. That's the way around it. Slang is different than abbreviations. Yes, I know that. You would have thought, right? I'm from London, right? We do know slang, but lit, sick, and IMO at my age, woof, straight over my head. Also, more RCs means more road courses. When you were talking about your making, no, don't give me road courses, Geordie. Never going to happen. If I've got the option of even putting one remote track in next season, which I'm going to try and wiggle with Armand and see if he'll let me pick a track, mate, you're going to Italy. You're going on Monza Oval. That's where you're headed. I'll tell you that much. Can you imagine that? All of these cars at Monza Oval.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
No, you know what? You know what? One road course I do want to see, just because I think it would be entertaining.
What?
Spa.
No.
It would be disastrous, but entertaining.
No.
Mainly, the only reason I'm okay with it is because we don't have to deal with actual safety cars.
No. I'd rather deal with this than sticking these on any road circuit. Do you know what I mean? I think just no. That's all I've got to say to that is just no. 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 But I would love to see them at Monza Oval. That would be funny. Or Twin Ring Oval. It is Twin Ring, isn't it? The Oval Twin Ring? Twin Wing?
I think so.
Twin Ring's got an oval, right?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, you carry on talking. I'm going to have to Google that. I'm sure it has. Track map. Oval. Oh, mate. Twin Ring Oval. You can't tell me that. Monza Oval as well. A European leg of the BSC NASCAR season heading to Monza. Presented by the man that hates road courses. So he sticks you on a oval from a very long time ago.
It'd be entertaining at the very least.
It would be. I can tell you now, yeah, I know he won't wiggle because of the new plan for the BSC, but we'll see. Could end up with quite a long off-season after this has finished. But let's get this back up and underway, and we'll carry on talking about this after this restart here as well. We're back up and running on lap 47. It is Williams out in front with Witt, with Roberts, with Collicott, Jakowicz, Ross, Kern, Strada down in ninth. The man that said he's got to take the win, he's not really taking the position here early on, Kenton, to take that win. He's sitting down in ninth place.
He is sitting down, but we've kind of talked. Oh, because Collicott unfortunately gets a little out of shape, and so does, I think that was Calvin Ross there. So he does jump up 2 spots very quickly. Hopefully that is able to continue as he keeps going up for positions. But yeah, rather not the direction he wants to be moving in. Though he is starting to make a little bit of headway up onto Dan Michael here, as he's gotten just that small bit closer. So as long as he, if I'm Strada, keeping a couple of people behind is looking to make a move up on the inside there. If he's got a couple people behind him, it at least gives him a little bit of leeway. Although, we're going to have a caution right away as Alex Witt is taken out completely.
Oh,
that was ugly.
Rough. Oh, that's the 48. That's Roberts, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, Rodney Roberts went and put the man who needed that. He didn't need that. I can tell you that one. I'm sure the 48 is Roberts. It is. Roberts got all swirly and straight into the side of Alex Witt. And that's an engine. His engine's gone.
He pop it?
There was smoke.
I mean, he's got a fast repair, so that won't be an issue. But for now, at least, because I don't think he's used it.
There is smoke. There was smoke coming out the back of Alex Witt's car there. He's had to jump to the pits as well.
Oh, no, he's still rolling.
Yeah, but he's...
Oh, no, he is not.
No, he's literally, watch. Yeah. When he comes up here, if you watch Witt's car, the moment of impact, his engine is gone. Because at the moment he does that, and Robert's got all squirrely on his own, boom! There you go. And then watch as he comes down and starts running away from Roberts. You just start seeing that grey, I've blown an engine smoke. There it is. Start coming out the back.
Oh, it did pop right there, yeah.
Look, you can just see it there.
Oh, yep. There it goes.
There it goes. So Alex Witt...
Well, that's not ideal.
No. Alex Witt has left pretty much most of the engine across this track in Vegas. Where does that going to hurt? That does really hurt Witt. It does, Rhea. It does. Knockhill Tri-Oval. Now, I did actually have to have a look at that to see if you weren't pulling my leg, right? There is no way I will select Knockhill Tri-Oval. And I won't do that purely because of the basis, Geordie. The fact that it is literally 0.2 of a mile long. And it is a triangle. You would literally go... you could do 300 laps in, I don't know, an hour. You know what I mean? There's no way I'm putting you on Knockhill Tri-Oval. Give over. That would just be disastrous.
I mean, we did Pocono. Same thing.
That is, I think that's going to be staged, mind you. So.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
Yeah, Pocono, no. If you look at Knockhill Tri-Oval, right, go into iRacing, search Knockhill and look at the Tri-Oval. It's nothing like Pocono. It's 0.2 of a mile. It's very small. You know what I mean?
That'd be interesting. I want to see it just for laughs and giggles now.
Oh, maybe we could do
just for the lulz.
Can you imagine, right? We'll do a week 13 or the end of the season special event, and we will host the event, Kenton, and we'll stick them on Knockhill Tri-Oval. See how many cars we would get. And I reckon we could probably go nose to tail at that track. From the end car to the front car would be nose to tail on the pace lap.
It would be definitely something. I want to see it happen strictly because I think it would be hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, Alex Witt's in the pits. Oh, no. He's still in the pit.
Yeah, he might be not having a day.
Bro. If he is, I'm not even going to pull him in to chat to him right about now, but I will.
No.
No. But how are we going to do? We've got one more lap. Let's have a quick word here with Armor Brusso up in the booth here once more. The man that runs the BSC does it so well. Mr. Michael Massey himself, Armor Brusso. Armor, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes, sir.
How are you going out there, sir? And what is the latest update on Alex Witt?
I believe he had the tow, so I don't know how long that's taken. So I think he's going to be at least 2 laps down, so...
Oh, what about your race, young sir? You know, you've not done 3/4 of the season, and then you come in for the playoffs. You know what I mean?
I'm just hanging out the back of the race. I'm not here to do anything. I just don't want to be the cause of anybody dying.
Did you hold yourself responsible for the fact that Kuhn and Keith come together after you were running the outside wall?
I know I hit the wall, and then I felt... I got a 4X, but I didn't see anything, and nobody told me that there was a crash, so I honestly don't know. I know I hit the wall, so if me hitting the wall is the cause of it, then I'll take blame for it.
Do you think you hitting the wall is the lack of your driving experience this season?
No, it's the lack that this track eats tires alive, and I was struggling on my tires.
So we're not going to put it down as an Armor Brusso skill issue?
No, I'm going to put it down as I had no tires left.
Okay, I believe you. That is fine. Armor Brusso, thank you so much for joining me, bud. I look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Bye. Poor old Armor Brusso. I shouldn't really upset the owner, should I? That's probably not my best move, to be honest, because at the end of the day, he's the one that signs the check. So, you know, we've got to be a little bit careful. Right, here we go now. There is no restart zone. I think it's between them 2 white lines. And once more, we are off and running here at Vegas. 5 cautions deep. That is the stage, lap 54. Can we get this going for a little bit here? One man that has suffered at the end of all these cautions, the number 29 of Christian Strada, the man who said it would take a win. And at the moment, he's behind Kolikar. He's in front of Carlson, which is good, but he is behind some of the big hitters in front of him in these standings here, Kenton. It's not going to be a good move here for Christian Strada.
No, he's definitely going to want to take a step up here. As unfortunate as it is, that Alex Witt incident is massive for him, as that allows him to kind of get a little bit of breathing room, knowing he's got a good shot at getting past now Alex Witt, unless we get a couple of safety cars and Witt is able to unlap himself. Because the other big one he's got is Brandon McLaughlin. He's only a couple points up as well, and then Collicott. And then after that is Carlson. So he really needs to get up with this group of, from 9th to 12th. He really needs to be ahead of that group. If he can stay ahead of them and kind of keep out of that and ideally get very much ahead of them, then he's got a pretty good shot. But McLaughlin's the big one. He needs to get himself ahead of McLaughlin, or he's going to have some issues for sure, because that's his next closest after Alex Witt. And as it looks like now, barring some drastic changes, Alex Witt might be let go in the playoffs, sort of thing. So we're going to need, Christian Strada's going to need to make some moves fairly soon and get some spacing ahead of him, or behind him, and between him and McLaughlin.
Okay, I've just had a really weird conspiracy theory thought, right? And I think, could Alex Witt, being the first driver...
Oh, you cut out on me.
Okay, could Alex Witt, being the first driver a lap down, could he, because we have seen it tonight, cause his own... Hello, Kenton, can you hear me? Kenton? All right, 2 seconds, guys. Clearly there is some form of issue between me and Kenton at the moment. Kenton, can you hear me? Kenton can't hear me. I've lost Kenton. My partner in arms has gone. Hold on. Let's see. Even rejoin, young sir. See if that helps your situation. But at the moment, I'm hoping you can still hear me up here on the racetrack and out in YouTube chat here once more. Kenton Sportak, can you hear Mr. James Parfitt? No. Well, that's wonderful. So we're just going to give Kenton a minute to see if he can come back in the box. What I was going to say, guys, as well, is under the conspiracy theory Could Alex Witt cause his own caution, as he would be technically the first car down, to get the lucky dog, or could he get the wave around? Kenton, can you hear me?
I can now, yes. Okay. He could technically do it, but then he would run the risk of getting penalized. And we've seen some penalties get handed out, and
yeah, but I'm not saying, deliberately, but who's going to know that he's not going to come off a bank corner and, happen to have too much gas going through the rear wheels that just makes it look like he got out of control like some of the others we have seen here this evening?
I mean, as long as he's not taking someone else out with him, I guess he could. But the issue is you could probably do it, though you run way too much of a risk of spinning out and hitting a wall, and he's already had to get towed and used his fast repair, right? Like that would be the concerning part, is accidental damage from that you're not intending to have happen.
Okay.
Where you end up slamming yourself into a wall and taking off your the entire front end.
Okay, but what about if he, for instance, does it here? Maybe, the tri-oval's an option because you got that long grass area.
I mean, it could.
Like now, look, look at all that.
It's true, but at the same time,
I'm just sparking a bit of controversy into the,
I feel like he's too much of a gamer for that. He's gonna and plus with the way he's going, I don't think he has to, because he's he's been pretty flying through the field, trying to get himself unlapped, as he's gone right back through everybody.
Yeah, I'm not.
So I don't know if he'll need to.
I'm not saying he does, and I'm not saying he will. I'm saying as an option, who's going to go? It's easier said than done, says Riodo, because the second that yellow comes out, you can't even get a 0x or you lose lucky dog contention.
Yes.
Oh, well, that could be an interesting one. Stotner's back in front here as well, as we're getting literally just gone past the halfway point of that 62.5 lap period here once more. Let's give you a rundown. Williams is sitting in a nice little position at the moment. Norberg, as we already know, is through. Then you've got the Michael Strada McLaughlin battle. Then you're going to jump to and go down to Collicott Carson Jackowitz before you go all the way down into 17th, where we pick up on Rodney Roberts. And then down in 20th, where we start picking up Alex Witt, 2 laps down at the moment here, Kenton. Could this be the end of Alex Witt? Are we going to see the termination of last season's playoff final runner-up? Wasn't he? Yeah, runner-up.
Yes. It's hard to say, strictly because, we just went on a huge kind of, 4, whatever it was, cautions in a row, and then now suddenly we aren't having them. So if it stays like this, 100%, because he's going to need at least 2 cautions to get himself on, like, the lucky dog twice. But crazier things have happened.
I seem to have lost Ken.
Down, and then...
Oh, hello. You're back.
Oh, weird. Like crazier things have happened. Earlier today, I was in Talladega, and I was 16th place and 2 laps down, and I ended up 4th on the lead lap. So things happen. It can get crazy very quickly. So who knows? I wouldn't say he's for sure done. But if we stay green, he's going to definitely have a really hard time, because he would have to basically lap the entire field twice himself just to get back on the lead lap. So it'd be very hard to do.
But yes, he could bump someone a tad hard or not square and help a yellow, but it'd have to look not purely intentional. Well, that's easy, right? You just wiggle around by the back of somebody while you're on a straight and accidentally dig them into the left-hand side. We've seen that. We have, haven't we? So,
A lot,
yeah. Bump drafting at the point of get away from them in the corner would really benefit them here as well. Lap 70, we're going into the last 55. Andrew Williams, Nicholas Stotner there as well. Williams has been caused to check up. Norberg come running nearly into the back of him as well. Then we've got Michael Kern and Brown and McLaughlin with Strada sitting in that mid-pack. There is, you can see the yellow of the number 594. Alex Witt, 2 laps down, praying to dear holy self himself that he gets some form of yellow here to help out, because at the moment he's in a bad spot. He is in a really, really bad spot.
Yeah, and unfortunately, although in his other partner of being possibly passed or eliminated, Strauder has made his way past McLaughlin, so that's a bonus for him. Now he's going to have to focus on trying to create as much of a gap as he can, gain a couple extra spots, or hope that McLaughlin ends up dropping a few spots and that he can make use of a good finish, and that way he can hopefully get his way through to next week.
It would be a shame. I'm not saying that anybody else doesn't deserve it. You know what I mean? But Strider's here every week, you know, and he's such a nice fella with it as well. And it would be a shame to see him out. But as I said, he's got to do it. The fate's in his own hands. He's got to kind of go and deal with his own destiny about now and make things happen. Andy Radel down here tucked up behind the man, of course, who got into it with Alex Witt on lap 50, Rodney Roberts. Not ideal for both gentlemen, but Roberts definitely come out of that a lot better than Witt did. And now Roberts is still running, still within a shot, still sitting in 14th.
Yeah, unfortunately for Witt, I think it was with his engine blown and having to get the tow. I think that really is what made it really bad for him, whereas Rodney Roberts didn't have to get himself towed. So rather unfortunate, but we'll hopefully be able to kind of move forward here and get a little bit of safety net for Alex Witt. We'll see.
Well, guys, it's going to be very, very interesting how this one pans out, how it materializes here once more. Don't go anywhere, because if you go anywhere, you're going to miss probably an absolute epic ending to this second round of playoffs. We are losing 2 people at the moment in the standings. The 2 people are Alex Witt and Christian Strada. One of them is potentially put himself into a safe place, safe space at the moment, and that is Strada. Is Witt going to put himself in that same position? Can he do that from being 2 laps down? That's going to be the question here, I think, that we're all going to be sitting and waiting. Strada runs around the inside of Michael there as well. You can see Alex Witt behind. He's trying to get past him, trying to unlap himself bit by bit by bit. So let's see what happens here as well. As Rhea said, and as we all know, James's favourite bit is the ending. Well, it is in NASCAR, but yes, I do know what you're referring to as well. If you haven't watched the UK Sim Races, please do. Race 4, race 3 or race 4, there was no commentary because me and Zach found ourselves completely in stitches after I didn't think about what I said.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out points that we need and who's where with what. And let's see if I can...
You do quick maths, or not so quick.
Well, I've already done the math aspect. So Strada right now is on 1,018 points. Brendan McLaughlin is on 1,024. So he basically needs 6 points difference. Right now, he is up 3 points in the race. But, and this is where other things come into play here, we have to take into account qualifying, where I don't think either one got themselves extra points out of qualifying, because I think it was, so they give extra points if you finish first, second, or third. For leading at least 1 lap, you get an extra point, and leading the most laps, you get 5 points. I don't think right now Strada nor McLaughlin are kind of in contention for those, or the fastest lap, and I don't think so right now, unfortunately. So right now he's up 3 points, 4. Because, yeah, it's after that, so yeah, it would be 3 points less is what you would end up getting. The big question is actually going to be the stage break, where they were.
how is that going to be defined, considering there was a lot going on and we were under yellow?
Well, it would have been
Just before the yellow would have been shouted. Yeah, I'm aware of that. And what I mean is, somebody's going to have to go and decipher where everybody was at the stage break.
Yeah, and that's currently what I am trying to track down here in terms of positions. Because, okay, so we had the caution at 47. Mm-hmm. That was our 4th. Mm-hmm. Or no, that was, no.
No,
well, I guess it depends on if...
was stage break.
Yeah. So caution 5 was the stage break. So that was the one with Alex Witt getting his damage.
Blowing up his engine.
Getting absolutely blown up, yep. Okay, so going into that, so Straughter was 7th, McLaughlin was 9th, it looks like. Let's just see here as we get caught all the way up. And that is, yeah, okay, so.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it sounds like when you do have a Canadian doing maths for you in the booth.
Aye.
There is a lot of pauses, a lot of waits. But if one thing I know about Kenton Sportak, he's just like a good old UPS FedEx aeroplane. He will get there eventually. Go on, Kenton. Carry on.
All right, so as it's looking, so when the yellow comes out, Straughter was in 7th, which means he's going to get himself, I believe, 4 points. Because 1st to 10th get points.
Yep.
Straughter was 7th. McLaughlin was 9th. So as of right now, if I believe, so yeah, so 10, 9, 8, 7, so hit 6, 5, 4. So yeah, it's 7th place. Straughter gets 4 points. And then 3, 2, McLaughlin would have gotten himself 2 points. So that puts, yes, Crow Math. Jordan, you know what? I'm gonna have to put some casting curses on some people here next season. Okay, so that'll put him. He's gained 2 points, so he needs basically 4 in this race to tie. So he needs to get 5 points. So he has 4 right now. So this could get real interesting because it's what, 40, 39, 38, 37. So he's going to get 37 points off of this. And then 36, 35, 34. So he's got 3 points up. So right now he has exactly 6 points more. So they're 5 points more. So he needs 2 more points to get himself ahead of McLaughlin. So this could get real interesting very quick.
Okay, you're going to have to... Sorry, can you just do that again? Your mic cut out on me. I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
Oh, man. So,
sorry, I'm only joking.
Basically...
I'm joking. Please don't do it again. I was playing.
It's like I swear to God.
It took so long for you to get there. I just had to see if you were going to repeat it.
There's like 9 points, like different ways you get points in this. And it's like, oh my God, there's too many things.
Oh, dear. Poor old Kenton. As well, but Matthew Norberg sitting in that second spot. Williams is probably, if he can carry on and take the win, he will guarantee his place in that final 4. So let's see what happens. We might get green-black pit stops. Yes, I bet we will as well. James knows whoever is alongside him in comms is in the firing line when I'm in chat. Oh, yes. Exactly. Welcome to the Geordie Malcolm. Yeah.
I see how it is.
Saying that, though, he gave Scott Rankin grief over the weekend as well, because me and Scott were doing the Aussie GT4. GT4? Yeah. The Aussie GT4 League for the Premier Endurance League, and he gave Scotty a load of grief as well. So, you know, he's nothing other than consistent. You know what I mean?
Well, if you can be something, make sure you're consistent.
Do you know what, actually?
Be one thing, make sure you're consistent.
Thinking about Sir Jordan Malcolm's comment there, everybody that comes into the JPB broadcast always gives the co-commentators grief. Rhea and Phil, who come in pretty much every broadcast anyway, but they come in and they always give poor old Zach Sweeney, who's only a young lad, he's like 17, they always give him grief. Geordie's in here giving you stick. I don't know, I just must have an invisible blanket. I quite like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have Seth Pay to give you grief with his cars.
Yeah, but Seth's driving around it quite happily in a Dan Murphy's racing machine. as well for the Make It Super Auto 888. So, you know, Steph's been doing a great job, to be fair. Just poodling around doing his business. But at the moment, it is all looking from Cody Kern upwards is where the main aspect of this race is going to come from, I think. You know, they're very spread out. You can see the gap from first to 11th. It's a long old way back. You know, there's a lot going on. Brandon McLaughlin, first man to blink under the green flag pit stops. So the first man there in the booth, in the pits, is Brandon McLaughlin, the playoff man as well. He didn't need this early on, Kenton. Kind of should have been looking to probably coming in with a few people if he could have got away with it.
You definitely could go in with a couple of people. The nice thing about this, though, is it's not as draft heavy. It's not as reliant on going in with the draft and coming out with the draft. You can still at least put in good times by yourself. But we can see, quite a few people. I mean, McLaughlin going in.
Ross, yeah.
It's all going to be dependent on how well McLaughlin gets in, gets out, and gets going again, and then what in turn, and what he really does not want to have happen is a safety car.
Yes, as well. Rear there, it is just Zach, and he does instigate it. Well... it's one of them where you want to say something, but you just really want to say you don't really help the situation, Ria. I'm not going to lie. When it comes to you and Zach giving each other grief, you cheered when Zach's we got this prediction cup championship going on in the UK sim races, where there's like half of YouTube chat have joined in to the commentators championship. And Ria did give Zach a load of grief when Zach's pick crashed out in one of the races. So, you know, as long as I beat Zach, I think our exact words were. So there we go.
Well, Strada's in the pits now.
Mm-hmm. Strada is.
So let's see where he comes out in relation to McLaughlin here.
Well, McLaughlin is right the way down in 18th at the moment.
He is, but Strada having gone in, I'm curious as to if he's going to be able to get himself out in time. Oh, he is too.
Yep.
By a lot.
By a lot. There is Strada. There is McLaughlin. McLaughlin's coming off the banking of 2. Strada's already running halfway round 3. So, for McLaughlin, that didn't work out quite as well as it did for Strada. Jakowitz has got his lap back as well. Alex Witt is now only, I believe, still 1 lap back currently at the moment for the man who's trying to get back onto the lead lap. Lap 45? 94 of 125. We have got 100 and no, we haven't. We've got 31 laps remaining here, Kenton.
Yeah, this got very interesting. It looks like McLaughlin either took tires or had a very bad stop, because he was stationary for about 24 and a half seconds there, whereas Christian Strada was stationary for 15.5, so almost 16 seconds, so almost about half the time stationary compared to McLaughlin. So I'm not sure what happened with McLaughlin, but it doesn't seem like it went well.
Do you think there was a difference between taking taking 2 tires and 4 tires?
As that will definitely put Stockner ahead of him going into the final.
Do we reckon Kenton can hear me?
Points needing situation.
I don't reckon Kenton can hear me at all. And I can guarantee he can't hear me, because I've asked him a question, he's completely ignored me. So I've got a funny feeling we may have lost Kenton once more here as well. I don't believe Kenton can hear me currently at the moment. You can't hear me.
No, there we go. I had to reconnect again. I don't know what's going on with this today.
I don't know. I did wonder, because I asked you a question and then you just carried on talking. So, yeah, once more. Never mind, we'll get there. Don't you worry about it. Andrew Williams is sitting in a prime spot at the moment, I think, and that's the thing, isn't it? We're 29 laps to go. And for Andrew Williams, he really kind of doesn't need to do anything silly. Just needs to get in with Stockner, but he doesn't need to be fighting it out in a way that causes himself danger being this far up with this little amount of laps left.
Yeah, no, he definitely needs to just kind of keep it smooth. Obviously, try in the last few laps to try and make a move on Stockner, but right now, you know, we still have your less than 30 laps now. We're at about 28, I believe it is. You can wait to make a move. Your closest threat to you is Nordberg, who's already in, so he's kind of just running laps at this point and just trying to keep it clean as well. If you're Williams, all my eyes are on Stockner. Stay close, stay in touch. Don't let him get out of reach or anything, and don't do anything crazy that ends up throwing you down for a spin or a crash where you have to get in and have to repair and do all that kind of stuff. Even with the fast repair, it's still going to take a lot of time. So just be smooth, be smart, and make a move near the end. Or if Stockner makes a mistake, then take advantage of it and take the lead. Sure, but he's in a great position right now for sure.
I think that's it for Williams. He is in probably the prime position. Strada's doing well considering he's got a big old gap to the likes of Collicott, Carson, and McLaughlin. So from Strada's point of view here, Kenton, I think that points tally that you had may need to change a little bit, because I've got a funny feeling he may have picked up probably a couple of more points here as well. We'll leave you to do that maths. As Jordan said, we'll let you get on with the Crows maths. And then we will see what you come back with in about 30 seconds or so. Just give me a shout when you're ready after you've worked it out there as well. Ria has said if you do need her fingers and toes, she'll happily lend them to you.
Everyone thinks they're all so funny.
We are this evening, dear sir. We are. As I say, should have heard it earlier. Let's see how this one pans out. We've now reached into the 25 to go mark, while we leave Kenton to work out the maths. And Williams at the moment is the prime spot. He is in that prime position where he should and could and would, if he plays it smart, get that victory. Is Stockner? That would be a question. Whether or not Stockner and Williams are on the same team, and are they in the same chat? Well, at the moment, I can't see either of them in chat at all here. So that would be interesting to see. But Brandon McLaughlin, Hunter Carlson and Christian Strada are in the same chat, so that's quite interesting as well. One man I've just noticed who is in the race, and we haven't mentioned anything about him, is this number 56 machine of Rob Sizemore. Haven't really seen much of Rob this race there, Kenton, which, from his point of view, can only be a good thing.
I mean, yeah, he's been quietly kept his head down and just driving, just putting in laps, taking left-hand turns and going straight. So
doing things that the NASCARs should do.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
if we start turning right, then we'll know we'll have an issue.
Yeah, either that or he's got one. I'm not going to lie there. Joshua Keefe nearly just caught the back end of Devon Collicott, and that could have been very dangerous for these people. They're just about to start doing things a little bit crazy. They're coming free wide. Joshua Keefe with Brandon McLaughlin. McLaughlin's come zooming through the middle. He's split Keefe. He's split Carlson. Is he going to be able to make that move? Round the outside he goes. Is he going to be able to keep it under control as he goes high on that bank in here? On the entrance to 2. On the exit now. Still high up there as well. Is he going to try and get round the Devon Collicott or the 91 in front of him?
I mean, he definitely has to. Just keeping an eye on this right now. Like, he needs to reduce the chance of him getting bumped out, get his way up to 7th position, which is not going to be easy. And there's a pretty big gap from Cody Kern to this little grouping here, as that'll be his best bet. 8th place gets him a better chance of stopping things, which is there, but it's going to be tight. This is going to be a very down to the wire, and I don't know what the protocol is if they're tied, but it could get very interesting.
Right, it's not going to. And YouTube chat have just clarified that as well. Yes, 1, 2, 3 are teammates. And Ria's then come in and said, then the clear tactical decision is to drop Stockner to 2nd in the last few laps. That
you would think so.
Is a plan. Being that Stockner's not even in the championship, Norberg's acting as his rear gunner, Williams is in the middle in prime position to take the lead, and all Stockner's got to do is just go high lift and let Williams through.
Basically, yeah, and that's, I mean, if they're working together as a team, that's pretty good. pretty good idea to do. You know, the old, we'll refer to it as the old Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, the old switcheroo. Multi-21.
The old Valtteri, this is James. We're going to let Lewis through. Yeah, do that, you know.
Or as George Russell kicked up a fuss this last weekend's Grand Prix as well.
Yeah.
That was funny, and that ain't even finished, I don't think, to be honest. So, tied points in the both is... Tied points is the...
Both advance.
Oh, okay. So there you go. They could be saving Williams' tyres. They could be doing a number of things in that front three at the moment. And one of the things I would expect them to do is allow... Stottner's got to allow Williams through. If Stottner takes this win away from Williams, I can guarantee next week they won't be teammates.
Yep. There'd be some questions very quickly.
They would not be teammates. Oh, Witt. Don't do it. Alex Witt, of course, we know he's trying to unlap himself all the way through the field to get at least one lap back here. Witt's gone up the inside of Norberg. He's now coming on to Williams and Stottner. It only takes one little bump here, and we could have a caution that could allow Witt to get through. I'm not going to lie, Witt's flying at the moment here, Kenton, and I think he's doing a great job.
He's been absolutely flying. Like, he's been... his best laps and last laps are all faster basically than everybody else right now. Like, he's doing 30.6, and I think the outside of Strotter to the 30.58, and then Jackowitz is doing 30.4s, but other than that, everyone else is in the 0.6s, 0.7s. It's very he's put the hammer down, and I think he actually has the fastest overall time. Just barely, but yeah, he oh no, actually Nicholas Stockner does it at 2.83, but yeah, he's been absolutely just pedal down, gone.
Yes. This should be Witt's race, to be honest. It should be, but it ain't.
What happened to McLaughlin? He just dropped down to 12th.
I can tell you in hindsight, just it'll... Oh, hold on. Ooh. Was this...
Does he make contact with a wall?
Well, we're going to find out. Brown and McLaughlin all of a sudden... Oh, starts losing positions, hand and foot in a minute. Running that high line. It's got to be the wall, isn't it?
He ran that really high,
and
just wonder if he's trying to tire save a little bit, and just unfortunately it's allowed a bunch of people to get by as he's hoping to. Oh nope, there it is. Yeah,
there it is.
It does clip the wall, and that's gonna cost him a ton of spaces there. Yeah, as of right now, with him in 12th, that'll gain him 29 points. And as I say that, he drops down to 14th, which will get him only 27 points. And with where Strotter is, gets him 37 points. So it'd be more than enough for Strotter to make his way through, which is unfortunate for McLaughlin, as he's going to need to get his pedal down very fast here and start going.
So are we saying Roberts and McLaughlin are out? Well, Roberts, McLaughlin are Witt.
Witt. At this point... it'll be McLaughlin and Witt that I believe would be out here. Because looking at the points, yeah, Roberts is safe. He's up he came into this race up 12 points on McLaughlin, so he'll be fine. But yeah, McLaughlin has to get up to... If Strotter ends up in 4th, which it's sounding like he probably, or seeming like he probably will, he needs to be at least in 8th place. So he's got a lot of work to do, and he needs to do it quick with only 10 laps to go here.
Whatever he's going to do, he better do it sharpish there as well. We're Witt between the Stottner and Williams, yes. But now they've released Witt. There's no point hanging on to somebody who's a lap down. He's got to go again. Anyway, so he's got to try and get back through the field to gain some more laps back. He's not going to get any for lead-in because, as we know, he isn't That's the thing at the moment for Stockner, is Stockner's taking the points for leading laps away from Williams at the moment. 9 to go. It's not going to really... Oh! No, no, no. Oh, Rob Sizemore.
He gets just spun by Calvin Ross there.
I believe Kenton has gone again. Once more.
Interesting.
Kenton?
Sorry?
Oh, you can hear me. Okay.
I can, yeah. No.
Right. Do you know the interesting thing about that? Okay. This man has not only just got one lap back, he's also going to benefit the wave around. So he will get both of his laps back and be at the back of the pack for the 9 last laps. Yes, he will.
He won't.
Yeah.
Anthony Radel has been lapped, and he's the one ahead of him. Anthony Radel and Seth Pegg are both also a lap down. So actually, in all reality, Anthony Radel should get the wave around, or the lucky dog.
Little premature yellow there, if I'm honest. Well, it depends what iRacing is deemed, because let's face it, Arma Brusso is driving.
Brusso did throw the caution flag, actually.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that one's on him.
Okay.
So the lucky dog should be coming around right away here. So I'm curious as to who this will be, who it ends up being.
On my timing screen, I have not got Radar a lap down.
Oh, interesting.
I have got Peg.
We'll see. Who's the 15? Oh, okay, so it's 15th place is who's on their way around.
Radel.
So, yeah, Anthony Radel. Yeah, well, he's not a lap down now because he just got the lucky dog. So he's now around, and he should be hopping in to the back because I think Seth Pegg is the next one a lap down.
So this didn't benefit Alex Witt then. Not to the way that Alex Witt wanted it, I would have thought.
Nope, that's unfortunately for him. It's not gonna.
Do you know what?
It was close. He put the effort in though.
Do you know what would be the really nice sportsman thing to do here? Is everybody starts the race and then they all pull over and let Witt get his lap back. That would be good. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
I mean, yeah, and then...
Do we think that's going to happen now?
It's racing. No, I do not.
Well...
As it looks like Seth Pegg actually just came into the pits, so... Based on that, if there is to be another caution, that would actually allow Witt to go through.
Okay.
But yeah, he would have very few laps to be able to do anything at this point. We got 6 to go. For him to make all that positioning up would be kind of tough. Actually, the only thing he would really need to do would be get ahead of Brendan McLaughlin. Because he was 1 point down coming into this. Which could actually be... Because Witt did finish in the top. I'm going to have fun with this one. All right, I'll let you talk. I'm going to take a look here. Because Witt did finish in the top 3. Okay. So he did get that extra point.
Well, he got 8 points.
For finishing in the top. So he got 8 points on the stage break?
Yeah, well, it's 10 to 0, isn't it? And he finished in the top 3.
So he was in 3rd place.
So 10-9
at the end of qualifying. So he gets 1 point.
Yeah. Where was he in the stage break?
At the stage break. He was the stage break. So it depends on what position he was technically in. He was technically in position. Let's see where it would have had him. He was in 2nd when the flag came out. So it just depends on where it deemed him having been in position. Because crossing the line at the caution, he was technically, I think, 3rd. Because he was behind Roberts when it all happened. And at the exact moment the flag gets thrown, he was in, I believe, 4th.
7.
So it looks like he was either 4th or 5th when the flag comes out.
Okay, so say we round it off to 10 for qualifying and the stage break, yeah?
Well, because he was stage break, so if he was in 5th, that would actually, 10. So that would actually mean McLaughlin needs to finish very much ahead of Alex Witt as well, although had Strotter not gotten ahead. So Witt does now needs, so he would have needed 3 points because Cullicott's the guy he's actually going to be chasing now. So McLaughlin's been dropped down because of Christian Strotter.
Does anybody else in YouTube chat feel like we've just done a session of algebra? I'm not going to lie.
I feel it's way too much math, man.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit here and put it in easy perspective. If McLaughlin finishes in front of Witt and Strada finishes in front of McLaughlin, it's McLaughlin and Witt out. That would do for me.
Yes.
All right, after all that, I'm not going to lie, I've just heard X and Y and I feel all confused already. So, and I don't do algebra very well. So here we go. Now we're going to be up and running underway with 5 to go here from Vegas. We've done 120. It's all going to come down to this one now. Stopner, Williams, Norberg, 1, 2, 3 are teammates. Strada and Michael alongside each other. Jakowitz and Collicott were allowed alongside each other until Cody Kerr's just put it in. Norberg's throwing blocks up and down. He's like a linebacker here as well. Where Michael's going to make the move on the inside. Oh, Michael's gone. Oh, he's back. Now it's all down to this. Can they hold this? Is Williams going to allow Stotner through? Norberg, there's going to be a yellow. There's going to be a yellow. He's going to be a yellow. He did throw the yellow. Devon Collicott, 3 to go. 3 to go, Kenton. And it started there with a 23.
And that's the 91 on Collicott. Ooh, this could get real interesting for Alex Witt now. If Collicott has to come in for damage, and I don't know if I'm assuming he has his fast repair, but this should get Alex Witt the lucky dog. It looks like he did manage to avoid it.
He did.
Yeah, so he's got no damage, so he managed to keep it clean. This is getting a little habanero here. There he goes. So he did get the lucky dog, so he's gonna go around now. So now we have to keep an eye on. So Collicott is currently in 9th.
Scotland's only 2 places ahead of Witt at the moment.
Well, but him getting ahead of McLaughlin does nothing for him because McLaughlin's in the drop zone now too, because of where Strotter is.
Oh, stay tuned, guys.
Although
if you're wondering what that noise is, that is Kenton Sportak's brain.
Yes.
Thinking rapidly, doing maths here.
Witt did finish 3rd, but Collicott actually finished 2nd in qualifying. So Collicott actually gained an extra point. He was up 3 going into this race. Witt gained 1, or Collicott gained an extra 1, so he's actually 4 up going into the race. And I'm just trying to see where Collicott was at that crash for Witt.
At the stage, yeah.
Yeah. Collicott was actually in 16th.
No points
at the time. So he will not get points, and it depends on where they deem Witt. He will have gained 5 or 6 points. So this could get real touch and go very quickly unless Collicott just decides to stay out, because he basically needs to just finish ahead. If he's able to finish ahead, it's going to be
tight.
A better shot at this point.
But it's going to be very tight.
It's going to be tight, yes.
Okay, so what's Collicott on now? Collicott's in 9th place.
Yeah.
How many points is he getting in 9th?
In 9th, you're getting, okay, let's see, so 32 points you get for 9th.
Witt is in 15th.
And 15th, you get 26 points.
So Witt at the moment is 1 point up. As they are right now.
Ooh. This is going to get interesting.
Because of the fact that Witt gained quality. He went 4 up into the race. Or 5 up.
No,
6 up.
he went 4 down.
No, but he pulled it back on a stage break.
Because
He got-
Collicott
Yeah, but he pulled
finished ahead of Witt in qualifying. So he
Okay.
gained. So Collicott was on 1,023 or 1,026 going into the race. Alex Witt was on 1,023. So he was 3 points down.
Okay.
If after qualifying, Collicott finishing second gets 2 points and Witt only got 1. So that gained that extra spot. So they're going to now be 4 points separating the two.
Okay.
So with that, with Witt gaining, it's all going to come down to really how many points Witt did get at the stage break. Because that one's the only one we're not 100% clear on because he was the cause of the flag as well, or it was involved in the flag.
And Pika said, gentlemen, I started watching all of this
He
to get,
was in
to get away.
fourth when it happened,
He
which
can't,
would
he
get
can't hear me.
him
I'm just rattling on.
10, 9, 8,
He's not
7
hearing a
points.
single thing I'm saying once more. I'm going to kick him back
Oh,
out.
did you lose me again?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah.
Okay. So, Mbika says, gentlemen, I started watching all of this to get away from math.
Well, you don't have to do the math. I do, and my head hurts. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. So, if you're stopped now, do you just hold up your line on the restart as best as you can?
Yes.
Yes.
Unless you're going for the win. But if you're working with Williams, yes, 100%.
Right.
Or more so just allow you kind of chat with Williams, like, and this is all on the pretense that they're allowing Williams through to get the win. You don't necessarily hold up, but you get your takeoff, but you let Williams know when the takeoff is happening so that he does have a shot at going off at around the same time, and then you don't have to necessarily block as hard, but you can sort of lift a little more going into turn 1 and 2, and that'll allow Williams to get through in a much cleaner and less causing accidents way.
Look who Williams has got behind him.
Nordberg, yep.
So Norberg could hold up that upper line, Stotner can hold up that bottom line, and Williams could get the jump here. Yes? No?
It is possible. Sorry, I was just... Dan Michael seems to be blinking, and this is not the time he wants to be doing that.
No, but
He's gonna make it...
But that's what could happen, right?
100%. You could. It's going to be a little dicey. Unfortunately for Nordberg, unlike with Stockner's line, is there is the upper lane. They could just hop up and go around him. Stockner is a little bit more of a
Roadblock.
ability to block without allowing people to get through.
If they're on the same team, I don't see a reason for not letting Williams through. No, me neither. Well, we're going to find out here as well, as we're going to be up and racing once more, once again, free to go. He didn't hold up his line. He didn't hold up the line. Why? Oh, why would you not do that? He's put him in a wall. He's put him in a wall.
And Dan Michael.
Oh, Strada.
Oh no, Strada gets collected.
Oh,
no, this is not good. Oh, that just changed everything.
Good luck.
I don't want to.
Did he get run up the wall? Hold on, sorry. I might be... Oh, damn, Michael.
Yeah, Dan Michael dropped out too.
Did
he does. Michael gives him a little shot.
And then rubs him on the wall. And then there, Norberg.
Nordberg has to avoid. He collects Strada. And then Strada gets taken out by, I think that's Jackowitz, who gets turned by Cody Kern.
No, where did Witt get in this? He's ahead of Strada, McLaughlin, Michael, and Williams.
I don't even know.
Why did that number 5 not hold up that baseline? I do not get that. You're working as a team. You are in the most amazing triangle shape ever. Teammate beside you. Championship man who needs a playoff man right beside you. His teammate tucked in behind him. You've already got a triangle. If you listen to Jose Mourinho in soccer, all he talks about is a triangle. You've already got the triangle. Why did he not back him up?
I don't know.
My 48 hours, my next 24 hours, I would not be in that team. Because if that man didn't want to hold that line up, he should have held that line up. If you're going to play as a team, no way. He either didn't tell Williams when he was going to go, didn't hold up the line, and he didn't allow Williams to have the run. And that has now put Andrew Williams in 13th place behind Witt, Strada, McLaughlin, and Carlson. That to me...
Now, Williams is safe, though. Like, at the very least, he is okay for now. Like, he's in third going into this, so he should be fine. He's not going to have an issue. What is going to cause problems now is Christian Strada actually gets doubly kind of screwed by this because Alex Witt being ahead of McLaughlin, Alex Witt only needed 1 point, which he then technically did gain in qualifying because he did get that extra point, and now is ahead. So McLaughlin actually drops down into where Alex Witt is. Yeah. So now Strada not only has to pass Witt or McLaughlin, but now actually has to pass Collicott.
He's ahead of McLaughlin already.
Sorry, he has to create space between him and McLaughlin, but he also has to get ahead of Collicott, which is in fourth, which I don't think he's going to be able to do in 2 laps.
Well, technically 3, but yeah.
Yeah. 2 laps. He really has 2 to make it happen. The last lap, I don't think he's going to gain too much. Unless, I mean, to be fair, we did see what happened to Alex Witt in, what was that, Darlington. Weird things happen in NASCAR.
I swear, next week, if I was in that team of Stockton, Norberg and Williams, I would be spitting bubbles. And I am back, fresh tyres, let's go, says Peggles. Well, go on, Peg. You do it, son. I would be...
And he's on the lead lap, too. Good job, Peggles.
Good job, Peggles. I would be really spitting bubbles. I would. That was either no communication off that line, or Williams didn't, or Stottner ran solo. That's Stottner went rogue. Ria says, yeah, that's not team racing. Spain our senior. What's going on? What is going on, guys? We don't know. We've given up trying to do the math. Kenton's got a headache now. He DM'd me and just said, I've got to go lie down. I've got a migraine. So, you know, and then he took 8. We had like Kenton story maths time. We got MP moaning in chat because we're doing maths and they're trying to get away from maths. So we don't even know what's going on at the moment in time. I am lost as a trooper.
Yeah,
But I know one thing. That number 5 would not be my flavour of the week if I was in the team.
No. And McLaughlin, all actually McLaughlin needs to do at this point is actually get ahead of Alex. If he's able to get ahead of Alex in maybe a spot or 2, that would be his best shot of him going through. But right now, yeah, it's Alex Witt's getting through here.
So are we saying if McLaughlin gets ahead of Witt and Strada and Witt are still going out?
It would all come, again, it all comes down to where Witt is classified on the stage break.
Well, we're going to find out. Under we go in the green-white checker here as well. Again, Nicholas Stottner made the jump. Alex Witt's on that apron now as well. He's trying to gain positions. It's all going to get a little bit untidy. Be aware, if we go on to the final lap, there is no yellow. There is no yellow. Witt now has got the outside line with Keith and also Brandon McLaughlin. McLaughlin's cleared Witt and he's cleared Strada. Oh no, we got 2 to go. My chair is gone. I'm on my feet. Is this going to work out? Are we going to see the end of Witt and Strada in the playoffs? Final lap. No yellow now. No yellow now. It's all on McLaughlin. It's all on McLaughlin. He's going to eat up Jackowitz. Oh, there's a move.
Oh, no, there's a crash. Oh.
That's Collicott. Collicott's gone.
Collicott? What? No.
Collicott's gone. He's in 17th. It is going to be Nick Stockner. It is going to be Stockner. He comes over the line. McLaughlin's ahead of Whip. He's ahead of Strada. He's ahead of Collicott. Do the math. I don't know where anybody is. Good luck.
Oh my God. Okay.
Get on it.
I think that actually ends up with. I think it ends up being
Strada and Collicott.
And Collicott are the ones out now. Witt and McLaughlin make it through.
Oh, don't punish him.
And I think McLaughlin just. I like the donuts though. Very smooth. I think that's what's going to end up being the case here is that Collicott ends up out. Though what happened to Collicott? How did he get taken out?
Hold on. I'm working on it. So he's there. The 91. Radel. Oh, coming off the corner. He's going to cause into jet left.
There it is. Yep.
Oh,
It's that
man.
back right quarter panel.
Back right. They jettisoned left into the wall, and Collicott is gone.
And that's going to end his playoffs.
Okay, let's bring you up the race here. Nicholas Stockner is your winner. Rodney Roberts in second. Anthony Radel in third. Calvin Ross fourth. Noel Jackowitz fifth. This is the important part. Brandon McLaughlin sixth. Witt seventh. Strada eighth. Keith down in ninth with Norberg. Williams is in 10th, mind you. Michael's in 12th. Carlson 13th. Pegg, Kern, Sizemore, Collicott. Almquist. Russo, Lewis, and Kern. So
I don't have enough paper to do all these notes. This point getting is going to make my head explode.
Armor Bruce has just said we are trying to do the points as soon as possible. My message back was we are lost.
Yes.
So there you go. Right, in the waiting room. Where am I going to go? I tell you what. I can't go there just yet. So I'm going to start with the man that finished in... Hold on. No, I'm not, because my machine decided that it wanted a break. Can we get this? Yes, we can. Let's start with Anthony Radel, the man that finished in third place there as well. Anthony, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you guys. How y'all doing?
I'm all right. Your race was an interesting one, dear sir, and it was got even more interesting coming into the final GWC there. Contact with Devon Collicott, who may have just ended his playoffs on that 1 point of contact. What was your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, there's no excuse. I got into the back of him. I was on fresh tires, and he was going slower than I was. He was on older tires. I should have known better. That's entirely my fault. So my apologies go out to Devin. If he doesn't make the playoffs, I still apologize, but there's nothing I can do about it now. It's entirely my fault, though.
Yeah, it was. Overall, though, not a bad race at the end of the day. You kind of made your way through. You kind of got that podium at the end of it as well. As you say, we're just seeing that incident on screen at this time. As you said, there's nothing that can be done about it now. How was the race overall, though? Because, from our point of view, there was a lot of chess, a lot of gameplay, and there was Witt laps down. We were trying to do all of this. What was it like for you? Because you're not in this. You can just come in and relax, and you've got all these 10 drivers around you. Was there a moment of worry at any point?
Yeah, I've never really worried about that stuff. I'm going to race my race, and whatever happens kind of deal. Whether I'm in the playoffs or not, I'm just there to try to get the best finish I can. It's usually, top 10 if I'm lucky, but the strategy worked out for me tonight. I didn't take tires there. That last green flag stop, and I suffered for it. I went a lap down, but I got the lucky dog, got my tires, and then was able to drive back up. Just worked out for me tonight. Doesn't always work that way though.
No, it definitely doesn't badly. Well done, and congratulations on your third place there, this as well. And we'll look forward to maybe having a chat with you next week, seeing how you get on.
Thanks, guys. Have a great evening.
And you, man. Take care.
Thanks, bye.
All right, let's have a chat with Rodney Roberts, the man who cemented his place. As far as we're aware, relying on a Canadian's maths, Rodney Roberts is through to the next run of the playoffs. Rodney, welcome in. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are y'all?
I'm all right, mate. It was all over the place at the end of the race. We didn't know who was going to be where. At one point, we had debates whether or not you were going to make it through. Did you debate whether or not you were going to make it through as well?
I mostly just came in this race just with confidence from last race. Just hoping I can have a good finish before I know I can move on. And I did. And just looking forward to Dover next week now and try to get a good finish there.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting one, isn't it, Dover?
Oh, it's going to be a good one for sure.
What would be your philosophy going into Dover, though? Because obviously it's a different type of speedway that we've normally come off. We've just come off that run of tri-ovals. What are we looking at with the way you're going to go into Dover? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot riding on it, right? It's not just a nothing race. It does mean something. How are you going to approach Dover?
I'm just going to do a lot of practice this week at Dover and turn a lot of laps to make sure I got the feel of the track and hopefully do good there. And concrete tracks right now ain't my favorite track right now besides Nashville.
Right.
And
it's going to be tough then.
Yes, it is.
Well, we're waiting for the official results, but we think you're safe. So well done to you, Rodney. I look forward to seeing how you get on at Dover. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
I want to shout out my team, Wesley Norwood, Derek, and all of them. He's actually down here with me. We're about to head to the Talladega race tomorrow and be there till Sunday. And just looking forward to next week and everything.
Awesome stuff. Well, Rodney, thanks so much there, buddy. And we'll look forward to catching up with you soon. Take care.
Man, broke up.
All right, and next up here as well is Nick Stockner, the winner of the race here as well. Nick, YouTube chat kind of went crazy a little bit at the final restart when you had yourself on the bottom line, Williams on the outside, and Norberg tucked up behind Williams. You three of the same team here. What was the thinking at the restart on that one?
We run on the same team, but, we have, for a little bit of more context, I actually own the team that we race together on. And my one rule to all my drivers is, help each other out throughout the race if it's a necessary thing. But once you get to those kinds of instances, it's game on. We were racing against each other like we all wanted to win that race. It wasn't a game to see who was going to win that one.
Okay. Now, I wouldn't normally delve deep, but I've got to ask the question here as well. Why? Norberg's already through. You're not in the playoff shout. Williams is in and had the opportunity to cement his place with that win. Why would you not hold up that bottom line and Norberg hold up the top line, for instance, and allow Williams to take that? Because surely as a team, that's what you're there for, aren't you? Collectively, you're there to help a teammate. As I say, Norberg's already through. You're not in it. And surely Williams had the opportunity to take that win. And just that we were all a little bit confused what was happening.
Well, the back end of that was that actually Drew had a damaged car. We have a guy that runs in the back or runs from back and checks our stats and everything, and his car was not the fastest car. So we would actually be hurting ourselves in that situation by sticking Drew at the front. Yeah, we knew that Drew it contradicts. We're all race car drivers at the end of the day. We all want to win. Drew's won countless league races. In fact, tonight was my first ever league race win ever. And I've been racing league racing on iRacing for years. I've never won a race. And tonight was it for me. And they know that. They know that I wanted to win bad. And so we weren't going to play no games. We were going to race. We were going to race it out like race car drivers, and whoever won was going to win.
Okay, Nick. Well, congratulations on your first win there, buddy, as well. I know it caused a lot of interesting conversations in YouTube chat about that, how that situation panned out. But look, at the end of the day, as you say, as long as your teammates are happy and everybody's happy, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Going into Dover next week, though, Nick, what do you think is going to be happening at Dover?
I suck ass at Dover. I can't really. I've got to be just straight honest with you. I'm not good there. We're going to put in some effort. We're going to put in some work. We're going to see if the car is, any better, or the driver really is any better. But next week we're looking forward to having hopefully having a decent run. But we're going to celebrate tonight. We're going to celebrate tonight a lot, and we're going to go from there.
Okay, just one final question before I go, though. If you're ever in a situation again with Andrew, who's got the opportunity, we think has made it into the last playoffs, whoever's got the opportunity to take that win, would you allow him to take that win to guarantee a spot into the playoff 4?
If that scenario happened again and he's got to win and he's got to win to get in, and I'm right beside him, I'm going to race him hard, and it's going to be best man who wins, and we respect that about each other, and that's how we race it. We don't play no games like that.
Okay, Nick. Well, thanks so much for joining us there, buddy, and we'll see how you get on in Dover.
Well, thank you very much.
Take care, man. So there we have it, guys. We've heard it straight up as well. Right, the points are with me. The points are with me. Armin Brusso's been quick on the calculator, and they are here at the moment. And at the same time, I've managed to close down my tab, which then closed down everything else. So bear with me here once more. The situation is this. Oh. No. Jackowitz is through. Andrew Williams is through. Devon Collicott is out. Devon Collicott is out. Rodney Roberts is through. Dan Michael is through. Norberg, we already know. Hunter Carlson is through. Alex Witt he's through. It's Christian Strada and Devon Collicott have gone. They have gone from the first round of the playoffs. Christian Strada and Devon Collicott are out. They are out. Oh, Kenton, that's massive. Massive.
It is. That's actually what I had too, guesstimating where Alex Witt had finished. As I had Collicott ending up with 50 or 1,052, Strada with 1,055, and then I have McLaughlin with or Carlson with 1060, McLaughlin with 1061, and Witt with 1066. So just like it was close, but unfortunately, yeah, I had the same.
Well, I can give you the points. It was Collicott 148, Strada 153, Carlson and McLaughlin 157. So he was 4 points ahead. Alex Witt 160, 3 points ahead of Carlson and McLaughlin, 7 points ahead of Strada. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm trying to word this in a way where I don't find myself in a steward's booth in the morning. Because I've been there already once today and I really don't want to go back. Why? I didn't get that understanding from Nick Stockner. I didn't get that. As the team owner and as a manager, surely it would make more sense and more clarification, more opportunity for the team to have 2 drivers in the playoffs. I don't get
One in the final.
1 in the final, 2 in one in the final, 1 in the continuation. If Williams had won, that team would have had 2 people in that final. Yeah. I don't get that way of thinking about saying, if we get the opportunity next week at Dover, we're going to race the same. I don't get it. Surely 2 people is better than 1, right? And your team has the opportunity to win the BSC Season 9 overall. I don't understand.
Yeah. I understand. I get what you're saying 100%. I kind of see what he's saying as well. Like, it's still a race. You could, go in for it. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing really can do now. But I guess we'll have to see if he is able to get through to the finals. Then that'll be fantastic for him. If he's not, we'll look back at this and kind of go from there.
This is going to be the defining moment for Williams. If he does not make it through, I know he said Drew had damage. We've got people who do all our stats. Drew was still up there. He was not far. Andrew Williams was still up there. He was not far away from him. I don't get that. I don't understand it from a team perspective manager's point of view. Let your team have 2 people. I don't understand it. I don't know. No, I don't. I physically don't. And that's not me trying to start a row with Nick Stockner and the rest of the boys in his team. I don't get it. He is the team owner. Having 2 people in that playoff final, supporting Drew, holding up that line, letting Drew, I don't even care if he let Drew take the bottom line in front of him. Norberg holds up the top. Stockner holds up the bottom with Drew in front. Push him along. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm very bizarrely lost on that one, and I know I'll probably get a DM in the morning once people have watched this back or whatever, and boom, headbang going on in my office. To be honest, Kenton there. Well, that is the end of that one there, bud. We now go on to the second stage of the playoffs. Dover and Auto Club. We're going to be dropping 4 more before we get to Homestead over the next 2 rounds here as well. It's good. It's anyone's game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there's still obviously with the fact that only 1 winner has come out of this so far. There's lots of positions still available. A lot of jockeying left to do before we get everything sorted and organized. And yeah, we do lose Strada and Collicott, but obviously there's still 8 drivers left for 4 positions. So a lot of racing still to go.
Collicott got to be gutted. Rhea put it personally. Braden put it personally, sorry, as well. Collie got spun by a non-playoff driver for 3rd and is now out. And the driver come out and admitted it was his fault. That's got to be That's like going to the dentist and getting a whole new set of dentures.
Yeah, he already posted a little GIF of Chandler staring out the window in the rain, and yeah, he's I'm sure fairly a little gutted on that one.
I agree. I agree. So yeah, I don't get that. Right. I don't know. To be fair, it's a crazy move no matter how you look at it, and being baffled is one thing. You weren't disrespectful. IMO. In my opinion. Hey!
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Only took me a couple of hours, but we got there. Right, guys, that is going to bring this broadcast to an end. I could be here for ages ranting about this Collicott, Stottner, Norberg thing, and not with Collicott, Williams, Norberg, Stottner thing, and I still don't understand it. And the obviously Collicott being out at the hands of Anthony Radel again. Radel's come out and apologised. That's it. That's all he can do. As he said, he can't change it now. It is what it is. If he's goals of it and he's gone out, well, that's the end of it, unfortunately, there as well. I'm miffed, completely baffled. All DMs to JPB Broadcasting on Discord in the morning, because I'm sure I'll wake up to some with my open opinions being as they are. From a Tino Moose point of view, I don't get that. Don't get that at all. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up before I get myself in even more trouble here. I've been Kenton Sportak no, I'm not. I've been James Parfitt alongside Kenton Sportak. Sorry, that's how baffled I am. I can't even get my own name right. For now, take care. Have a great week. And you never know. You might see me in the steward's booth in the morning. Take care.